Last year I moved back to my hometown in Scotland from London, and I've been getting back to my roots, spending time in nature, doing loads of hiking, and whilst that has been wonderful, I realised that if something went wrong, I had absolutely no idea what to do.
What do you think of this path?
It's beautiful but treacherous.
So I decided to take matters into my own hands and find out if this country girl really has been turned soft by the city. I'm not wearing this camo jacket for no reason. Nope, in this video, I learned to survive in the wild. The first thing I needed to do was find a coach, so I headed off with my partner Tom, who's behind the camera, where we worked with outdoors expert Ian from Do It Outdoors. Sam the dog, who you will hear making lots of noises throughout the video, also helped out a lot too. Do It Outdoors do lots of outdoor activities, from archery to foraging to axe throwing and forest bathing. But we looked at 3 basic survival skills that I needed to learn to survive in the cold, wet Scottish wilderness. Let's look at the first one: shelter.
So you're here to learn some survival skills?
Yes.
Yes. So we're in Scotland.
Yes.
You're going to have a scenario.
Yeah.
You're lost. It's late. It's getting dark.
It's
The
cold.
rain's coming.
Yeah.
It is here.
Yeah.
The wind is here. It's typical Scottish weather.
Okay.
So we need to get out there. We need to find all the materials in the wild, and we're going to construct something that's going to protect you from the elements.
Cool.
Let's give you a chance to survive till tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
At this point, I was pretty confident. I've put up a tent before. How difficult can it be? Ian seemed to have different ideas.
Day is a very typical Scottish day. It's pretty horrible. There's a wind chill. Now, she doesn't get that shelter going. She can't even think about fire. So she's got her work cut out today. She'll really struggle, but we're going to give it a go anyway.
The first thing I thought to do was make a support against a tree. I got it nice and secure.
Well, I would just raise it up a little bit so it digs in nice and deep and it doesn't slide out on you.
Yeah, okay.
If anything, you would use that as a double support around the other side,
Okay.
just to make sure.
I'd seen some bracken and I knew that I wanted to use that as a cover, so I went to find some sticks to make a dinosaur rib frame to lay the bracken over.
So I would be concerned that
Yeah.
you've got these sticks that are not quite straight, are they? It's creating a sort of curve here. The water's going to soak through.
So you kind of want them the opposite way around?
If you can, or even better, throw it away and get a straight stick.
Ian, I wouldn't survive. What would I do without you?
You might survive, but
Not
you
for
might
very
be
long.
miserable. You're right, and 70 degrees is about optimum. Of course, the steeper it is, the less room you have in your shelter as well.
Yeah, I wanted to make a palace.
So the only way really to have more space is to have a slightly higher ridgepole, but it's too late for that now, isn't it? So
Oh, it's very bendy. Help.
I can't help you. Yes!
I'm making like a spider web to go over the top.
And what angle do those branches have to be at?
75 degrees.
70 degrees.
70. Oh no, I got it wrong.
Next, I collected the bracken to put on top. Ian told me it was quite sharp, so I had to handle it carefully, but perhaps I should have been paying more attention to the local wildlife. / Ian's dog, Sam.
It's sweet on my bracken.
I'm impressed. This is fantastic. All the sticks are the right angle. The thatching's looking satisfactory. It's going to keep the worst of the wind and the rain off it for a short time anyway, and probably just enough room to tuck yourself under there and feel quite cosy.
And there's a dog here.
You've got a visitor.
Oh,
He likes the shelter.
He likes the shelter.
The next task was firelighting, and I knew the first step: collecting sticks. And I knew the trick.
So Beth, your challenge now is to light a fire. So I shall let you forage around and try and find some suitable sticks.
Alright, I'm going to your tree
Yeah,
first.
you go to that. Yes, people automatically, when I say go to the woods, collect wood, they go down and they start collecting off the ground. Even in the driest times in Scotland, the driest weather, you'll still find the ground is damp. If you put your finger into it, give it a wee wiggle, it's damp. You're better, and there's plenty on the trees. It's been air dried. It's like you wouldn't throw your washing onto the lawn, would you? You would hang it up. So you go for the sticks that are getting nicely dried by nature. Ideally, Beth is doing well. However, I would probably move towards the edge of the forest where the wind and the sun are getting the sticks.
I was pretty pleased with my stick finding, and I got a great tip from Ian about using the bark of the silver birch, which is a beautiful silvery tree, as tinder, as well as some other interesting natural items.
Little bits now. Here's a bit here. There you are. Just peel that off there. There we go. A nice bit. Now this, it's damp on the outside, but if I scrape that back with a knife, I'm going to get nice dry bits underneath it.
Yeah.
And these dry bits will light with a spark. But you have to collect quite a little bit. So what we've got here, we've got some silver birch bark again that's we found on a dead tree.
Yeah.
And we could try and get some of it, but some of the dry stuff with the knife. So if we go like so,
Yeah.
you just tear it up. So you're tearing down to the nice dry stuff underneath.
Hard being in the wilds.
Build it all up. You're as well just taking your time in this and getting a really good bundle, because we know our wood's slightly damp, so we really do need
To get quite
a good start.
Yeah.
You can just tip it in here. Okay. So that's the stuff that's going to light quite easily,
Yeah.
we reckon. We could also get some of this dry wood that we've split down, and
Yeah.
we split it down even further, and then you could get these super small bits and try and do little curls that try and get what we call feather sticks done.
Yes.
Okay, these are really delicate things to do. It's not the best one, but what we're doing is creating more surface area.
Oh yeah.
That's it, yeah.
Okay, then we got to do like this.
Yeah. And well, even if you take shavings off. Yeah. So you can go as thin as you can. We've got a razor strop mushroom. This comes off the silver birch tree, same tree that we got all this bark.
It's like polystyrene.
It's just like polystyrene, but what we want to do is, it's actually quite good for firelighting as well.
Yeah, it's like the little firelighters that you get, the texture.
Yeah, well, you see that? If you just take little bits off like that, that will light as well. Okay.
And do you find them often on
Often, yes. In a birch forest, you'll find them freely. They're just like white dinner plates on the tree. They usually indicate that the tree is dying, so it's just part of the woodland process where this mushroom helps break it down, hastens its demise into the earth.
And after all that hard work, I tried to light the fire. It definitely wasn't my forte.
So
Okay.
get down there, lean right on it, right in it there, and you're going to, get yourself right closer if you want. There you go, really hard. And of course, the longer it takes you to get it, the tighter you get. Sometimes you have to do really hard, 1, 2, 3, 4 times. You're creating hot flakes of metal. That's it. Go for it. So now you're getting tireder.
Yes.
Sort of like the likelihood is decreasing every time that you're going to get it. Luckily, Beth, you found some fluff in your pocket,
Yeah.
which is great, isn't it? That little bit of fluff,
Okay.
that might be just enough to ignite it.
Oh yes, the fluff.
Well done, you've got the fluff going. You can actually move this around as well. That's a good thing about having something that's movable, because the wind's kind of switching a little bit. You're going to lay it on top gently, you're going to hover it.
Over it.
Okay, hover it over nice and close, lower.
Yeah.
But you don't want to sort of bang it down. That's it, that's perfect. That's perfect. So you have your shelter, you have your fire.
Yes.
This is almost comfort, isn't it?
I've made a fire.
You knew you were going out into the wilderness. What would you make sure that you carried with you?
I'd probably make sure I had some silver birch bark in my pocket, and a fire steel, and a knife.
Okay.
With that, I can pretty much do anything. Maybe you get to Switzerland and all they sell is Swiss Army knives, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true.
I managed to complete the first 2 tasks, yay! But the last one was a little more treacherous.
I'm quite interested actually. What can you give me a rough estimation of the percentage of plants that you think are edible?
Well, that's an interesting question. I would say, I can't give you. I would hazard a guess that 80% have a use, not necessarily edible.
So basically, we've got an 80% chance of Beth finding something that is edible.
Or medicinal, or for some other use. You know, it could be for cord.
And a 20% chance of?
20% chance of killing yourself. No, listen. You can make yourself, you can make a bad situation worse by picking the wrong food or fruit or nut. Okay, so we have to be a little bit careful.
Okay.
But we can have a little look, and we can explore the hedgerow.
Yeah, the weather's turned for the worst. It's been classic Scotland.
This is classic. This is showers.
Yeah. The rain's come back in.
Yeah.
Now, the forest is okay, but the hedgerows are often better. But at this time of year, it's autumn, so there's a few nuts we could find.
Okay.
We have got hazelnuts,
Yes.
and we have got acorns. So we could go and have a look for hazelnuts. Okay, because we get hazel trees. I've just spotted on the ground a hazelnut. I did not plant this. Okay, we can see there's the wee husk it was in. It's fallen off the tree. Now, inside there is a beautiful little edible nut. Now, it's one of the few places, nuts where you're going to get good carbohydrate. So, but you need to get in them first. So you can either batter them with something, or if you've got really good teeth, open it up, and oh my god, there's nothing in it.
Oh no.
Oh my god, no. So we have to keep hunting. Okay? So, first one, a failure. So what we can do, Beth, we can have a wee look around on the trees and on the ground, because this wind has helped us. It's blown the trees, sugared them, and we're going to have a few fallen hazelnuts on the ground. So we have a wee look, see what we can find.
I like hazelnut.
Yeah, so, yeah. I've got to say, this is not the most productive hazelnut route. I've searched quite hard to find some easily.
Okay, Beth. What have you got?
I've got some hazelnuts. Look. Okay, so shall I try and chomp one?
Try and crack it.
Okay. Right, I gotta get the little shell off. I don't think I can do that. It's not got anything in, I failed again. No. Try this one. Yes!
You got a nut?
I've got a tiny little
Let's see,
hazelnut.
let's see.
Doesn't taste like the ones in the shops. I feel like it's like still a plant and less of a nut, you know? Yeah. Yeah, I found some berries.
Oh.
I hope they're edible.
Well, what you found there are berries off the round tree. So round berries, red, beautiful looking. So are they edible? Well, there's a question. How would you like to taste one or two?
Are you sure?
I'm absolutely sure.
Oh, sour.
Sweet. Was there no sweetness?
Yeah.
Oh no. So you would probably class them as not edible, just as Beth has experienced. She spat it out. It was unpleasant. So if you were to consume all these, you would be very ill. Okay, but you can tolerate a few. Okay.
Yeah. What do you think, Beth? Gotta
Actually,
find
it
something
tasted not dissimilar to the hazelnut. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, well, I definitely know at least some of these are edible. So we've got some little brambles here and some rose hips, and then these I don't know, but I think so. They look like grapes.
So Beth, what you've got is, you've said you already know them, rose hips, which are indeed edible. Now, we used to collect them all earlier on in the century, or the last century, because they're full of vitamin C, and we would feed them to the sailors to keep scurvy away, because that's caused by a vitamin C deficiency. And yes, you get brambles.
Brambles
Lovely.
are delicious.
Have a few brambles.
Go on.
I'm fine at the moment, but what I'll do is I'll pick up one of your grapes. So these are not. They're alive. They're alive. You can experiment with this, and it will not kill you. It will kill you. Give it a wee taste.
Oh, it's got Man, that's sharp.
It's a sloe.
I'm sorry, that's
It's a sloe berry, okay? We would not eat that. We would maybe make a preserve out of it at the very best, or of course put it into our gin and make sloe gin.
So I found a bunch of things. My assumption is if it's green, it's probably fine.
This is some non-indigenous tree to Scotland. It's I think it's an Italian chestnut or something. There's nothing in it. Get rid of that. So dandelions can be eaten. So the leaves are quite bitter, but quite nutritious. John Perel's probably the best mushroom to start with if you're looking to get into fungi. Pineapple weed.
Oh.
Yeah, it's quite sweet, isn't it?
Yeah.
Pineapple plant. These wee heads are edible.
You get like a burst of flavour.
You know, these are very small examples of common sorrel. So would you like to give that a wee taste? Quite easy to identify.
Oh, it's quite sharp.
Quite sharp, yeah. Gee, that would be a great compliment with your brambles that you had earlier.
It actually is quite brambly.
Yeah, you could have a mixture of brambles with that, the sweet and the sour. We have the acorn.
Yes.
Is it edible? Is it not edible? So what we do is we take the little fairy hat off.
Yeah.
Leave that for the fairies. A wee ladle. We give it a wee crack. Do what many of our ancestors must have done at one time or other, and taste the nut inside it.
Why did they stop? Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna get bitter.
Edible, not in its raw state so much. It will give your stomach upset. It's got lots of tannins in it.
Tree.
Beech leaves?
Yeah.
Not at this time of year, but in spring, yes.
Oh.
You can eat beech leaves. What do you think about that one?
It looks like a leaf.
That is a young foxglove. The active component in it is digitalis, which is a drug used in anaesthesia.
Oh
So
dear.
it slows your heart down.
Sam wasn't very good at picking though.
Sam, you've got to pull your weight next time.
When I organised this class, I expected to have a laugh, and I really did have a laugh. And I also expected to learn some skills that could potentially get me out of a tough spot at some point. But the class ended up being so much more than that. It made me realise how much we have in the modern world. Supermarkets and showers, central heating, food whenever we want it, and the basics of keeping yourself alive is really hard work. I came out with a huge appreciation for the privilege of living in the modern world. But although taking responsibility for all the basics of living is really tiring, there's something calming in that simplicity. I was able to completely detach and just be in the moment without worry, without self-judgment. It reminded me that having more isn't necessarily what we need. A little more simplicity in our very stressful, mentally draining modern lives might not go amiss. It also reminded me that happiness isn't in things, but in good company and worthwhile tasks and a few delicious snacks. I chose this experience because I wanted to learn to survive, but I learned just as much about being happy. Thank you for watching. This is the first video on this channel. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do like and subscribe, and please do comment if you have any ideas for challenges. I really want to be pushed out my comfort zone, and I know you guys will have some great ideas. Also, there's plenty of future videos coming out. I've had loads of fun filming them, so please do click the notification bell if you'd like to be notified about those videos. And once again, a big old thanks to my patrons. If it wasn't for the patrons, these new videos definitely wouldn't be happening. The patron support really means the world to me. So you can check out my Patreon at patreon.com/BethRoars. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye. Bye.